Welcome to Steelpath Certified. I'm sure you're wondering, what the hell did you just say? Well, YouTube seems to really like me playing Warframe and likes to spread that content and keep shoving it down my throat, so I thought why not make a new video series where I take, for now, my favorite gear and make it Steelpath Certified. What does Steelpath Certified mean? It means that it works in Steelpath perfectly fine, and even if it excels, it's still Steelpath Certified. If it kills enemies and I can survive, it's Steelpath Certified. And for today's episode, we're doing Yareli. That's right, Yareli, my favorite Warframe in the game. And we're starting off in the Simulacrum. Now, why are we in the Simulacrum? Well, I need to show you some builds. We have normal level 140 Corrupted Heavy Gunners, because why not? And I'll show you the build to my Yareli real quick. So, first of all, we have a non-Merulina build, right? You can use whatever ores you like. It's really up to you. Pistol Amp works on the Merulina. Boreal's Anguish, it's armor. Blessing, more HP. Guardian, more armor. And now they just recently tweaked a few things, so those stats look really weird. It's just how it is. And of course, I replaced Merulina with Blood Altar. Now, for my Merulina build, I still have Merulina, but what makes it unique is Arcane Pistolier, Merulina Guardian, and Surging Blades, right? Just roll with it. You don't really need the Surging Blades. I like it just because it's fun, but I will only be showcasing my Blood Altar build as it's my favorite. Now, the biggest perk to Yareli is it's one-shotting and has decent damage numbers, but the moment you pop out those sea snares, those damage numbers skyrocket into astronomical territory, and it's absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love Yareli's run, as it's just extremely viable. It's extremely powerful. Now, these aren't Steelpath enemies, because while I was recording this, I didn't actually remember that you can make it Steelpath. And then I remember it later on, and I believe this is when I put it on Steelpath. Yes. And I show the damage versus Steelpath. Now, of course, everybody's gonna say, but the Warframe's carrying you. Well, shut the fuck up. Alright, I like my Warframe. It's a 4 prime, sure. But at the same chase, sea snares absolutely buffs my damage to an astronomical degree to where even Corrupted Heavy Gunners cannot survive. At all. They don't even have a hope of surviving. And this isn't even my overpowered build. This is my favorite build to use with the boar, which is why I have so much armor on my Yareli. It's because the boar prime gets that +4 punch through. It's a powerful build. I like the boar prime. I don't care what you say, right? Now, if you're thinking, well, it's Yareli, so she can't be that tanky. Just watch. Trust me. You can be that tanky as well. Just to activate Blood Altar, I have Arcane Guardian and Adaptation, so they're not dealing any damage to me. Right? They can't really do much. And with the new buff to shield gating, I out-heal their damage while standing still. So clearly, I'm still tanky as all hell. I don't know why I activate Incarnate Form for my boar. It's not built for Incarnate Form. I was being a goober, I guess. It doesn't deal anywhere near as much damage, but as you can see, I spam sea snares. I use my 3. I use all of my abilities, and that's what makes Yareli fun to me, is that you can get away with using all of your abilities, and every piece of her kit feels like it belongs somehow. For 1 is good for crowd control, damage, vulnerability. For 2, as bad as it is that I removed it, it's okay. We'll get on to that. Her 3 is great, and her 4 is crowd control. Now, the Merulina build is a little different because you only have pistols, right? That's just how it is. And Merulina, yeah. Merulina's tanky. They can't do anything to me. And because of how I have mine built, this is the damage that I pull off with Merulina. I have Tenant Cyclone, and and it has infinite ammo because of Arcane Pistol. Arcane Pistol is great to have on your Yareli, and also Titania as a little fun fact. We may do Titania eventually, depending on whether people like to see it. Because right now we're doing this essentially build, the Boar, Cycron, and Hate, because that's my main kit right now. But here's the build for the Boar, just so you know what I'm running with. Galvanized Hell, Galvanized Savvy, a Boar Riven with multi-shot cold and damage, Prime Point Blank, Vigilante Supplies, Blaze, Killing Grass, Armaments, Toxic Barrage. I do want Shotgun Vendetta. I really, really want Shotgun Vendetta. And on the Cycron, I've got Creeping Bullseye, Galvanized Diffusion, another Ribbon, Target Cracker needs to be primed, Galvanized Shot, Galvanized Crosshair, Hornet Strike, Lethal Strike, Lethal Torrent, thank you Max for not being English, and then Weeping Wounds, Blood Rush. I'm not going to build the mills, I'm not even going to lie to you. So as every, good player knows, if you're going to do a showcase of, well, steelpath, you have to show off some steelpath gameplay. Now I'm with my buddy here, right? We were kind of just chilling, we wanted to play some steelpath, so I saw it as a perfect chance to showcase both the gun and just, or not the gun, the Warframe, and just play the game with my buddy, right? Enjoy my gun, enjoy my game. And I know, the Boar Prime, it absolutely slaps. But the thing that you will notice very swiftly is my Yareli is still surviving. It's steelpath, they're level 140s, it's a mod. But my Yareli's taking these hits and just rolling with it. Yareli doesn't care for it anymore. I've used her for so long and perfected the build so much that she is certifiably steelpath ready. She doesn't care about the damage in steelpath. She trivializes steelpath. She has healing, she has crowd control, and she has damage. Multiplication. Let me multiplication. Her abilities don't deal that much damage. Alright, that's the negative. But her sea snares can make it to where your guns deal a stupid amount of damage. And here's a bug with the new update. I shouldn't be able to revive something here. It's my buddy's pet because of the new update with pets. I don't know why it let me just revive it, but it wasn't reviving, which kind of sucks. But see, like, as much as you may want to hate on Yareli for being a bad Warframe, she's realistically not. There was also a Hydroid rework. I should probably take a look at that. We'll do that later, though. Yareli's not a bad Warframe. It's just that most people don't put in the effort to actually learn her because of her launch state being so awful. As spite, they don't actually learn Yareli. If you learn Yareli, you'll be fine. Yareli can do steelpath perfectly fine. But everybody hates on Yareli for being a little bit weaker, right? Clearly not. I've been in matches with other players who, like, they have builds, and I'm out damaging them, I'm out healing them, I'm out HPing them, I'm out tanking them, because of how I have my Yareli built for essentially everything. My Yareli is a jack of all trades, has damage, tanking, healing, and crowd control, and excels in all of them. He is not a bad Warframe, by any means. In fact, I'd argue she's a fantastic Warframe. What people need to realize, however, is that you need to put in the effort with her. You can't just go out, play Yareli for like 10 minutes, and win, right? That's not happening. You have to learn the Warframe, unlike other Warframes like Revenant where you pop 2, Wisp where you pop your 1 and then your 2. You actually have to understand the mechanics behind her abilities to do well. She is a very squishy Warframe if you build her incorrectly, but she is an extremely tanky Warframe if you build her correctly. And that's just how it is. And as you can see, I've been using melee, and I'm still surviving. In fact, I'm dealing a shitload of damage with melee. This isn't as much about the weapons, right? sure, my build's good, and it can carry, and I can play most Warframes, except for Chroma, because Chroma just sucks. Yareli is a Warframe that takes thought. And her launch was god-awful. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you her launch wasn't god-awful. But that doesn't mean that we need to be hating on your right? He's not a weak Warframe. He just takes a little bit of effort. And so with that being said, I can certifiably say she's steelpath certified. Because she has great damage output potential, great tanking potential, crowd control, and great healing if you want to go down that road. Right? You gotta go down the healing road if you want to get healed. Like, what altar you need for healing. But if you do all that, and you build her right, you'll be fine. You won't struggle at all in steelpath. And even the Acolytes don't stand a chance. If the Acolytes aren't, you know, the specific one that deflects all your fucking bullets like an asshole named Mania. Mania is kind of a problem, but Mania is a problem for anybody who decides to use a gun. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see the rest of my loadout being steelpath certified, where we showcase more the Cycron and Hate, I'm more than willing to. If you want to see a specific weapon, leave a comment. Tell me what weapon you want to see be steelpath certified, and I'll do that. It's all up to you guys. If I don't get any comments, I'll just continue with my road of doing the rest of my loadout. If this does well, I'll go with you guys. You guys get to decide the next weapons. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you think this was a decent-ish video. I mean, I'm not the best. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Sorry. I'm not the best YouTuber. It's a little more difficult than I thought. Especially editing. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces, me's. Have a wonderful day.